So business analyst salary and rate information can be hard to come by. And so anytime I run into something like this, what I like to do is I like to try to spread the information as far and wide as I can so that other analysts can get a good sense of what type of rates and what type of salaries are being paid across different regions for business analyst work. So this is something that came across my desk not too long ago. It is a posting in LinkedIn for a business analyst in asset management role. So essentially what that means is that it's a role for a business analyst that has domain knowledge in asset management and in wealth management. And so what they're paying for this rate right now, by the looks of things here, is 600 British pounds per day. So this is a role that is in the UK. I'm suspecting that this is a role that is for a person in London, because that's where much of the wealth management industry in the UK is. This is based out of London. And so it's 600 pounds per day for that role in, I'm assuming is in London. There are two other roles here where there's another role here that is for a data migration business analyst with wealth management domain knowledge and experience. So a data migration business analyst, basically what they do is that they specialize in moving data from one solution to another solution. And so typically when companies are updating their systems or they're replacing one system with another one, typically what they need to do is they need to migrate the data over. And so what they're looking for in this role here is that they're looking for a business analyst that has data migration experience. And again, the domain knowledge here is in wealth management, and the rate for that one is also 600 British pounds per day. There's one more role here for a data analyst where it looks like they're paying slightly less for that. But that should give you a good sense of what these types of roles are paying for in the UK. So again, this is something that I just ran across my LinkedIn not too long ago, and so it's very recent information. So it should give you a good sense of what the daily rates are for contractors or consultants who are in the wealth management space in the UK. If we were to translate that information, if we were to take the 600 British pounds and convert it directly into US dollars, given today's rate, that looks like you would be getting somewhere around between $750 and $800 as a daily rate. In Canadian dollars, that would be just over $1,000, and in Australian dollars, you'd be looking at something just slightly above 1,100. Now, does it make sense for you to do a direct conversion between British pounds and these other currencies that we're looking at? Maybe not, because there's probably some cost of life adjustments that you have to do depending on the situations that you live in. I think the thing that I can say for certainty is that a daily rate of $1,000 in Toronto for a wealth management or for a capital markets business analyst role, if you're intermediate to senior level, the $1,000 daily rate is a very reasonable rate. So it's something that you see very commonly in Toronto. So I can say that. So that might give you some sense of whether that maybe that 600 British pounds is convertible into Canadian currency, because those markets that are very similar, and so these types of rates are very visible. If you're in the US, if you work in New York or Chicago or any of the other financial centers where you have a lot of capital markets or wealth management jobs, you can let us know in the comments whether this rate looks like a reasonable daily rate for somebody who does that type of a BA role. Again, if you're in Australia, does this look reasonable to you as a rate? If you're a practicing business analyst in the wealth management space, we would love to get that information. I know that many of the analysts that follow us and many of the analysts that are in our community are very hungry for salary-related information, because they want a good sense of what kind of compensation they can have if they choose to become business analysts, or if they choose to upgrade their skills into to getting into more senior roles, or if they're interested in changing domains from one domain to another. So anytime I run into salary information, I'll be publishing it here for any of our viewers or listeners. If you have access to any of this salary information, please feel free to send it over to me, because what I'd like to do is I'd like to start creating these types of videos and doing live sessions anytime I run into this type of information. So I try to get that to you as quickly as I can, so that we have live salary information. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say in this video. I'll see you in the next one.